Hey everybody, welcome back to today's YouTube video. First off, just want to wish you guys a happy Friday. The weekend is almost here and it's almost time to go racing for myself at the Cottage Grove Speedway this Friday and Saturday for the 2021 Spring Fling. So that is going to be a lot of fun. Actually, right after I shoot this video, we are going to be heading north to go racing, so we're looking forward to that. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about a hot topic in the sprint car world, and that hot topic being the return of 410 sprint cars in the World of Outlaws to the Bristol Motor Speedway. Now, if you guys are big sprint car fans, I'm sure you got super excited when just a couple months ago they announced that Bristol was going to be back on the schedule and sprint cars were going to be turning laps around it in 2021. And I think kind of in preparation for this big sprint car event, they even ran a bunch of other classes for the Bristol Dirt Nationals and did a couple events at the Speedway that included like late models, modifieds, and a few other divisions. And over the last month, it hasn't really mattered what class has been racing at Bristol. No matter what it is, so many people have their eyes on the event or watching through pay-per-view or buying tickets to go watch in person. So as a whole, it's a huge win for dirt track racing, and hopefully they bring it back for 2022 and the years beyond and it continues to see success. Now, even though I live on the other side of the country from the Bristol Motor Speedway, a lot of my fans had been asking me the question, Tanner, what are your thoughts on Bristol? How do you think it's gonna race? Do you think it's gonna produce a good product? And I was asked this specifically in a Q&A live stream, and here was my response.
Kind of, what are your thoughts on the Bristol dirt race coming up?
Oh, yeah, I think it's gonna be a great thing for dirt track racing. My only fear is I just hope everyone stays safe. I know it's such a high-speed racetrack. A lot potentially could go wrong, I guess you could say, but just hopefully it's a great race and, you know, it puts on an exciting show, and that's something we could do more in the future. Obviously, dirt has so much potential with the racing that they do. So those were my thoughts back in January. Now that the event is actually here, it is all just time to see for ourselves how it ends up playing out. Tonight is the first night of racing here on Friday. Saturday is the second night of the event, but it looks like there is some rain in the forecast. So hopefully somehow, whether they have to run on Sunday or late Saturday night, they get it in. But the first thing that came out in the news that I wanted to share here on the video was Jack Haudenschild's paint scheme for his final season of racing. So the World of Outlaws have made an announcement on Thursday morning that they had a bigger event coming in the afternoon and everyone to be ready on social media, or if you could be there in person, to be there. And a lot of people had kind of surrounded around his trailer, and they were all waiting for them. They had like a sheet in the back of the trailer and they were waiting for them to pull the car out. And even Jack himself, I'm pretty sure, did not know what the scheme was or what his car was gonna look like. And people quickly learned that it was gonna be something phenomenal, something throwback. And they unloaded the yellow and red Pennzoil 22 Rico Aber Racing 410 sprint car out of the trailer. And that was a throwback to one of the cars he had driven in the past. And I have it right here on my screen. I mean, the thing is absolutely beautiful, and I don't think they could have picked a better throwback car to do for Jack's final season of racing. So after that, all the drivers got the opportunity to go get motor heat and do all their practice sessions for the first night to get a chance to just run some laps around Bristol. So for this next segment in the video, I actually want to react to some of the footage that was posted on social media from night number 1 at Bristol and all the action. This first clip is from David Gravel and one of his in-car cameras. It's in a pretty similar spot that I put it, but David is now a content creator here on YouTube, so I'll leave a link to this video down in the description down below. Go check it out. It's a full video from night number 1 at Bristol from his perspective, but I figured this would be a good first piece of footage to watch. So the first thing, you can just notice how fast they're going. These in-car cameras give you a very good perspective on what it's like to turn laps around Bristol, and just the speed at the end of the straightaway and how much they carry into the corner with the banking is it's insane. Looks like kinda he's trying a couple of different lines. He talked about that in some of his interviews after the night, but trying to enter lower and really stick the bottom, or open it up and turn down. But how to get around the Bristol Motor Speedway the fastest, because qualifying is gonna be so key for these guys. It's gonna be really heavily on track position and starting up front. I don't think we're gonna see maybe guys win Bristol from, you know, many rows back. And And that's kind of the end of his little practice session there. David, super smooth. One of the guys to watch, obviously, every single time he hits the track. Now, clip number 2 that we're gonna watch in today's video is actually from DB3. DB3 posts a lot of content revolving around the world of outlaws and big dirt track racing events across the United States. This is like a 20-second highlight clip of a bunch of different drivers going through the corner at Bristol. And I think with how close he is, this does also give you a different perspective on how fast they're going, and also how much speed they can carry when the track gets slick. Because when you're going as fast as they are and you have so much wing speed, you can really put it anywhere on the track, it seems like. So I told you it was quick, but that was cool to see a bunch of different drivers make their first laps. Here's another shot from DB3. I believe this was actually just taken right off his smartphone in some of the earlier sessions. You can really see them just sit on the straightaway and then how they enter the corner. You know, one of the things to kind of pick up on is, you know, how different guys are kind of approaching it. You can see Haudenschild a little bit higher up. Larson, probably a car length or 2 lower. The Jason Johnson Racing 41 in a similar spot to Larson, and then Gravel had moved back up. But it's just kind of incredible to think how these guys are going around this place in 14 or 15 seconds. If there's one race I could probably, you know, choose to go to as a fan, it would be this. Just to, even if the racing's not that good, just more to be here. So those 2 pieces of footage were from DB3, really cool that he provided that and put them up on social media. This next footage is actually from way later in the night, and it is from Joseph Edwards, and he had shared this in a couple of different sprint car groups on Facebook. So they're standing literally right on the fence, and you can see the track is much slicker, so drivers are kind of trying to figure out their different lines. You know, if you can run it through the middle, if it's better to hit the bottom, or even run right up by the fence like that. You can see Brad Sweet, the big cat, Paul McMahon. Here we go, another one right up on the fence. That looks like Brock Searfoss. So the drivers just really trying to, you know, see what's gonna work for them, and especially how once the track gets much slicker, you know, how it's gonna race compared to earlier in the night. You can see more fans kind of right up there on the fence with them. It has got to be nuts watching from that close. So this last piece of footage is from Tyler Benson, and I believe he also shared this to a couple of sprint car Facebook groups, so shout out to these guys for putting this out there for all of us fans that can't be there to tune into. So Jack Haudenschild and Aaron Reitzel, looks like we're following them for just a couple of practice laps, and this is definitely later in the night because you can see how slick the racetrack is. But Aaron stuck the bottom there. He was able to get a lot of drive off, and that was obviously very quick. It's gonna be really interesting too. I know with these like practice sessions, you know, there's only so many guys out there, but once you get a full field of cars, how that's gonna affect the racing as well with dirty air and how fast they're just gonna be going. Wow, the 83 looked really good there. Even though that was just a couple laps, they looked pretty fast, so he's probably gonna be one of the favorites to win. That's all the footage though I got for this. Thank you guys so much for watching and kind of maybe getting the chance to react to some of that with me. I know I mentioned Reitzel there, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be in my top 3 favorites to win. There's a lot of guys that have been super quick lately, but if I had to pick 3 that I would say are gonna be the big contenders for Bristol, Kyle Larson, Brad Sweet, and David Gravel. Those guys are the most consistent up front in contention to win races, and Brad, especially this year, has just been unbeatable. So I would say he's probably the favorite just because of where his confidence levels are at and, you know, how successful he's been just over the last couple of races. But now we're at the part in the video where it's your turn to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know, what do you think of 410 sprint cars at Bristol? Maybe you guys like all the other classes running there instead, or maybe you're big wing sprint car guys and you want to see more of it in the future. So let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway, I'm gonna pack up. We're getting ready to get in the motorhome and grab the race trailer and head north to the Cottage Grove Speedway for 2 nights of racing. $1,500 to win tonight and $2,500 to win tomorrow for the spring fling. Hopefully the weather stays away. Hopefully we get to race and bring a lot more fun content right here to the YouTube channel. See you guys all in the next one. Deuces.